Good morning, dears. Glad to see you again. So, today is time for our next lesson, and today we are going to speak about Ukraine again. As I remember, we have already spoken about climate of Ukraine, about its geographical position, and 11th group worked on main facts about Ukraine. Also, we started describing different beautiful places in Ukraine, and we have already read some texts about seven natural wonders of Ukraine. I hope today we'll go on this work and we'll speak about some nice places to visit in Ukraine, or about the most beautiful cities of Ukraine. But I would like to start with checking your homework. So please take your textbooks, prepare your copybooks for our today's work, and let's start with checking your homework. Okay, so you had a text with description of seven natural wonders of Ukraine, and after that text there was a table with passages taken out from the text. Your task was to put these passages back into the text to find correct place, correct gap for each passage. And it's time to check how you managed doing that. So, letter A. Plants and animals of that area, together with the rocks and the river, make up a true wonder that has got beautiful waterfalls and other scenic attractions. Hmm. Look, rocks, rivers, waterfalls, scenic attractions. It must be гранітно-степове побужжя. Okay. Letter B. The corridors run underground at the depth of 60 meters. Underground, something that is situated underground. Um, I think those must be some kind of caves. And what caves were in your text? There was one cave, marble cave. Let us see. Its maximum length is 9,225 meters, and its maximum width is about 4,000 meters. The maximum depth is 58.4 meters, and the average depth is 6.9 meters. In a storm, waves are as impressive as on a regular sea. It must be some big lake because it's long and wide. So it matches to Svites Lake, one of the biggest in Ukraine. D. The lake is surrounded by mountain slopes with trees, many of which are hundreds of years old. I know that lake. I have been to that place, and it's Sinivir Lake, definitely. Okay. Letter E. These limestone hills are the last remaining traces of the reefs that once existed in what was the Miocene Sea. The reefs were formed by countless numbers of seashells. Seashells? I'm not very sure, but I think it's Podilsky Toftre. I just have no variants because I'm sure about next two passages. Letter F. Typical are maples, Crimean pines, oaks, elms, fir trees, ashes, white acacias, and weeping willows that grow on the banks of the picturesque pond, which is located in the center of the park. So we are talking about some park with a wide range of different trees and plants. Where can you see all this? Of course, in Ascania Nova. And next, the canyon provides a dramatic view with mighty rocks stretching across the river in several places. Canyon. I think this word tells us about the answer. It gives us a clue. So it must be Dnistrovsky Canyon. If you have been to those places, if you have seen all their beauties with your own eyes, maybe you will have some other answers. I don't mind. So when we meet, we'll check our answers, and if you agree, so we will consider this exercise done. If not, we'll try to find the truth. Okay, the next task is, let's revise something. Let's make some simple sentences. It's not difficult, it's just to revise some material, some grammar material or some lexical material. So we have a set of words. First, Ukraine in Europe, country Eastern is. Try to make a sentence. Think, what sentence can it be? I can help you a bit if you want. The first word is Ukraine. Do you have any variants? Stop this video until you do this task. It will be more interesting for you then. Okay, so the first word is Ukraine, and we have a sentence. Ukraine is a country in Eastern Europe. Okay, next. The next set is ancient of Ukraine is cultural traditions country. Ancient means стародавний. The first word is also Ukraine. So think well. I will give you the answer. Okay, Ukraine is a country of ancient cultural traditions. That sounds good. Ukraine is a country of ancient cultural traditions. Next, currency. The Ukrainian is hryvnia. Currency means valuta. Where is the place of the article there? Article there. Let it be the first. The Ukrainian currency is hryvnia. Okay, looks good. Next, the hopak, famous in Ukraine folk dance traditional is. Let's start with hopak. Hopak, and go on please by yourselves. Well, what do I have? Hopak is the famous traditional folk dance in Ukraine. Number 5. Land is with Ukraine good climate. Let's Ukraine be the first again. So Ukraine is, what is Ukraine? Ukraine is a land with good climate. Why not? Ukraine is a land with good climate. And the last, Easter, a decorated pisanka egg is of Ukraine symbol in. Easter means Pascha. So many words. So difficult task. May I help you? Shall I help you? Okay, so I have variant. Look at the set of the words. Decorated egg pisanka is a symbol of Easter in Ukraine. Why not? As for me, it looks good. Decorated egg pisanka is a symbol of Easter in Ukraine. Okay, please copy these sentences into your copybook and make them a part of your homework. But I have one more task. So, present perfect passive again. Unfortunately, while checking your homeworks, while checking your self-works, that you sent me via Google Forms. I saw that some students they haven't got this grammar material well. They still make mistakes. So let's look at these sentences. I strongly recommend you to write these sentences into your copybooks and analyze their structure. So let's build sentences using present perfect passive. Okay. The postcard. The postcard it. So we'll take has. The postcard has been the third form sent to by somebody, or just the postcard has been sent. It means листівка була відправлена. We are interested only in the action, only in the result of the action. We are not interested in the actor, in the time when it was done. So the short sentence is enough. The postcard has been sent. Number 2, the pencils count. The pencils, it's plural, the pencils have been counted. The door, third person, has. The door has been closed. The beds, plural, the beds, they. The beds have been, the third form, made. The beds have been made. The beds have been made. The mail right. The mail means list, posta, but it's definitely single. The mail has been written. Okay. The trees, they plural, the trees have been planted. The money is always singular. So the money, it means it. The money has been spent. The money has been spent. The room and book. Book means бронювати. The room has not been booked. The room hasn't been booked. The rent has been paid or has not been paid. The rent hasn't been paid. And the people, the people haven't been informed. Людей не поінформували. Нам не важливо хто, нам важливо лише результат дії. The people haven't been informed. Okay. So I hope next time you will do your task in present perfect passive better. And I recommend you to rewrite that self-work. I will tell you your marks. So if you want, you may redo that exercise. Do it again. I hope this time you'll do it better. Well, look at this beautiful picture. There are so many nice, picturesque, attractive places there. I'm sure you can recognize some of them. This picture shows us Odessa. This one is Kiev, if I'm not mistaken. That one is Lviv, and this one is Lviv. This one is definitely Lviv. Okay, this one is Kiev. We can see Saint Volodymyr. So today we are going to speak about nice places to visit, about the most beautiful cities and towns of Ukraine. Okay, and to begin with, when you describe something beautiful, something attractive, something touching, it's good to use descriptive adjectives. Your text looks not good if you use only words good, bad, old, small. Use more descriptive adjectives. Adjectives which help you to describe these places. So let's look through the list of these descriptive adjectives. I recommend you to write them down into your copybook or vocabulary, at least some of them that looks the most attractive for you, the most interesting for you. So, what words from this list can we use for describing some city? Not a natural place, not a natural wonder, but a city. Mysterious, загадковий, mysterious. Oh, some places in Kiev are very mysterious. Natural, природний. I don't know if it's good for city or town, but you may write it down. Noisy, noisy, галасливий. Big cities are so noisy, but I like them. Perfect, perfect, ідеальний, чудовий, прекрасний, доконаний. Pleasant, приємний. There are pleasant places and there are beautiful places or unforgettable places. Quiet, quiet, тихий. I live in a very quiet town. Remarkable, remarkable, значний, видатний. То, що запам'ятовується. Shiny, silent, stormy. It's not. These words are not about towns, I think. Strange, 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 дивний. Maybe you have been to some strange places, strange towns. Terrific, terrific, вражаючий. Terrific, вражаючий. Ugly, ugly, потворний, некрасивий, страшний. Unique, unique, унікальний. I think you know this word. Unusual, незвичайний. Warm, wild, windy. These words are more about nature. Next, tranquil. Tranquil, тихий, мирний. I think it's a good word for describing some small town or village. Peaceful. Peaceful is the same, мирный, peaceful. Okay, traditional. Traditional. You can see some traditional architecture. In Lviv, you can see architecture traditional for 17th, 18th century, and so on. Tropical. It's more about climate. Harmonious. Harmonijny. Fresh. No, it's not about towns. Sensational. It's more about news. Romantic. Oh, romantic. It's good for some place. In Lviv, there are so many romantic places. And magical, чарівний, магічний, it's also about place. Oh, I have one more list, so let's look at this list. Alive, amazing, вражаючий, beautiful, гарний, красивий, bright, яскравий, calm, спокійний, colorful, сповнений кольорів, різнобарвний, creepy, creepy, жахливий, лякаючий, creepy. Have you ever been to some creepy places? You can write me about these places. I think it will be a very interesting story. Creepy, жахливий, лякаючий. Crowded, crowded, переповнений, сповнений людьми. Deserted, пустельний. Different, різноманітний. Dry, it's more about some natural place. Enchanted, enchanted, зачарований. Fresh, hot, incredible, неймовірний. Interesting, цікавий. Magnificent, magnificent, розкішний, вражаючий, чудовий. Modern, сучасний. Fairy tale-like, як у казці. Mystical, mystical, містичний. Ancient, стародавній. Majestic, impressive. Spacious, dazzling, evocative. I don't think the three last words are good for describing city or town. So you see, how many words can you use to make your story brighter, to make your story amazing, enchanting, fairy tale like, and very interesting for readers. So try, and I hope everything will be good with your stories. Okay, so I have found some video for you. You will watch them at home after this lesson because my computer doesn't allow me to turn it on right now without breaking this record. So I recommend you to watch that video. It's about different places, different towns of our country with some brief information about them. And for us, it's time to read some stories from your textbooks. So please open page 233. 233 and find exercise number 2. It looks a bit different in your textbook, so don't be afraid. That's it. That's this exercise. Okay, have you found? Can we start reading? Okay, so let's start reading. In this exercise, we'll read about some beautiful places of our country. And after reading, we'll analyze this text. So, let's start. Chernivtsi. Chernivtsi celebrates the Day of the City on October the 8th. It is this date that was found in the first known written mention about it in 1408. Another recent celebration in Chernivtsi was the 130th anniversary of the Chernivtsi National University, which is named after Yuri Fedkovich, a prominent poet, playwright, translator, folklorist, and public figure in the land of Bukovina in the second half of the 19th century. The university was founded in October 1875, and at present it has 15 departments and is considered to be one of the leading schools in Western Ukraine. Poltava. Poltava has always been known as a hospitable place with beautiful churches and gardens. The first written mention of Poltava dates to the year 1174. At that time it was named as Ltava. On June 27, 1709, a major battle was fought not far from Poltava. The battle was lost, and with it Ukrainian independence. Ukraine found itself completely absorbed by the Russian Empire. Like in most other ancient cities of the world, the most interesting part of Poltava is its old section. It is there, on Ivanova Hora, that you find the restored house where the Ukrainian poet Ivan Kotlяревsky once lived. His long and comic poet Eneida was the first literary work written in the new Ukrainian literary language. Odessa. Once upon a time there lived a Spanish adventurer, Don José de Ribas, who came to the Russian imperial court closer to the end of the 18th century. He made an impressive military career. When he was appointed the governor of Odessa, he suggested the Empress Catherine II to build a big port at the Black Sea coast. The Belgian architect Frans de Volan was invited to design the layout of the city. Don José de Ribas became Osip de Ribas to suit the local speech, the first mayor of Odessa. Lviv. Once the king of the land of Halych and Volyn, named Danilo, went on a tour of his kingdom accompanied by his son Lev. When they were crossing the Poltva river, the king looked around and exclaimed in admiration, "My son, look at that hill. It would be a shame not to build a castle on it and a town around it. And then I would name it after you and give it to you." This is what one of the popular legends say about the foundation of Lviv, one of the most important cities of Ukraine and one of the most beautiful too. Among the cities of Ukraine, Lviv stands out as a place of impressive architectural landmarks of many architectural styles and epochs. In its long history, Lviv has seen many wars and invaders: Tatars, Poles, Lithuanians, Turks, Austrians, and others tried to establish their rule over Lviv. It was in Lviv that the first Ukrainian newspaper, Gazette de Leopold, was published in 1776. Lviv was a place that inspired the creativeness of Ukrainian and Polish artists, scholars, and writers. Ivan Franko, the prominent Ukrainian author of the late 19th, early 20th century, Adam Mickiewicz, one of the best Polish poets of the 19th century, Stanislav Ludkiewicz, the remarkable composer, Mikhailo Hrushevsky, the historian and first president of the Ukrainian People's Republic, all of them were either born or lived in Lviv. Okay, so at home, after our lesson, you will answer this question. You will do this task. Your task will be to mark these sentences as true or false, but it will be later, as I told you. Now let's analyze this story. First of all, let's look at the text and try to find descriptive adjectives. Adjectives which help us emphasize some features of our towns and cities. So, in the first two passages, we can find such words as leading, hospitable, beautiful, major. I'm sure you will find more of them, but those ones uh, were found by me. Next, ancient, interesting, old, long, comic, impressive, popular, beautiful, impressive again, prominent, the best, remarkable. So some of these words were in our list, in our previous list. Well, and now let's look through this text again and write down some words that you have never seen before, or maybe which translation you have already forgotten. It's not a crime to forget translation of the word or meaning of the word. Just revise these words from time to time. So, let's look at the first part. Mention. Mention, згадування. Mention, згадування, згадка. The first known written mention. Перша відома письмова відоме письмове згадування. Prominent. Prominent, визначний, видатний. A prominent poet. A prominent poet, a prominent scientist, a prominent chemist, a prominent musician. You can use this word with a lot of other, in a lot of other word combinations. Department. Department. If you speak about shop, department means відділ. If you speak about the university, department means факультет. 15 departments. The University of Chernivtsi has 15 departments. Consider. Consider вважати, розглядати. And is considered to be one of the leading schools. І вважається. Battle. Battle, I think it's clear, but I decided to put it here, to put this word here just in case. So, battle, битва, баталія. Fight. Fight, битися. Три форми. Fight, fought, fought. Lose. Lose, lost, lost. Втрачати. Battle was fought. The battle was lost. Independence. It's a noun. Independent means незалежний. Independence means незалежність. Completely. Completely, повністю. And absorb. Absorb, всмоктувати, вбирати в себе. Completely absorbed by the Russian Empire. Okay, the next. Section. Section, it's old section. Section means sector, частина. Restore. Restore, do you know this word as реставрація, реставратор, to restore, відновлювати. The restored house Mhm. Once upon a time. It's a good beginning for any fairy tale. Once upon a time. Колись давно, одного разу, давним-давно. Adventurer. Adventurer. Mm, we have studied almost the same word. Adventure books. Adventure books. They were книги про пригоди. Adventurer. It's a person who likes adventures. It's a risky person. Це людина ризикована з авантюристичними, скажімо так, рисами характеру. Court. Court has different translations. Court, you remember court as суд. And here we have Russian imperial court. Двір. Двір Російської імперії. Military. Military – військовий. Military – військовий. Military career. To appoint. He was appointed the governor. Appoint – призначати. Suggest – радити. He suggested. Invite. Invite – запрошувати. Was invited to design. Layout. Layout – планування, макет. Layout of the city. Suit. This word also has a lot of different meanings, but in this case, to suit the local speech. Suit, to suit, means it's a verb, so we can translate it as щоб підходити. Щоб підходити, щоб бути подібним to the local speech. Exclaim. Exclaim. Where is it? The king looked around and exclaimed in admiration. My son. Exclaim – вигукувати. Admiration – захоплення. His words, one of the sentences was, it would be a shame. It would be a shame. Shame – сором. It would be a shame – буде соромно. А що ж буде соромно? Not to build a castle on it and a town around it. And then I would name it after you. Name after somebody – назвати в чиюсь честь. His son was named Lev, so Lviv was named after his son. And the last part, landmark. Maybe you remember this word, landmark? Landmark, architectural landmarks. Landmark – якісь визначні місця, красиві місця, місця, які варто побачити. Epoch – епоха. Invader. Invader – окупант, загарбник. To invade – окупувати, invader – окупант. Creativeness. Create – створювати, creativeness – творчість. Also there is the word creativity. Maybe you remember the word creativity. And scholar. Scholar means вчений, дослідник. Okay. So in the previous passage and in this passage, in this last passages, as you can see, there were a lot of passive constructions. Can you find some passive constructions? I remember that the previous story, the passage about Odessa, was full of passive constructions. Let's look at this. Let's look at these sentences. So, lived, it's active, came, active, made, active, and then he was appointed, past simple passive, was invited, past simple passive, and this text is full of passive constructions, so no wonder that we concentrate on passive constructions in this unit. Okay, so we have read about Odessa. Lviv, Poltava, Chernivtsi. But what about the capital of our country? Everybody knows that capital is the Kiev is the capital of Ukraine. London is the capital of Great Britain. These are the phrases that everybody knows. But it's really time to speak about the capital of Ukraine. So let's see how well you know Kiev. I'm sure you have been to Kiev many times, and I'm sure you have your favorite places in Kiev. It's impossible not to love Kiev because Kiev is beautiful. So let's match these words, words from two columns, uh, to get the names of some places in Kiev. So European what? European Square. European Square. Okay. Next, Saint Sophia. What is Saint Sophia? Saint Sophia, it's cathedral. Saint Sophia Cathedral. Kiev Cave. Kiev Cave Monastery. Kiev Cave Monastery. Майдан. Майдан Незалежності. Sometimes you may find the name Independence Square, but it's not very correct. It's better not to translate such names. Майдан Незалежності. And in the underground, in the tube, you can hear next station is Майдан Незалежності. So St. Andrew Church. I like that place. Cathedral of Saint Volodymyr. Oh, Dnipro River, of course, Dnipro River, and Kiev Opera House. Kiev Opera House. Okay, so let's read some very brief description of Kiev. Uh, I think the description of Kiev can be just endless. There are so many places to go, so many sights to see, so many places to eat, to have fun, to spend with friends. So it's impossible to speak about Kiev and to give the full description of that place. But let's read just some basic information about our capital. So if you're ready, please follow me. Welcome to Kiev, the capital of Ukraine, with ancient historical traditions, unique culture, and European style of life. Kiev is one of the most beautiful cities of the world that picturesquely spreads on the Dnipro River hills. As other old cities, Kiev has no exact date of foundation. According to the legend, Kiev was founded more than 1,500 years ago by three brothers, Kei, Shek, Horiv, and their sister Libit. The city was named after the oldest brother Kei. In the 19th century, Kiev became the capital of the ancient Rus. The territory of this independent state stretched out from the Baltic Sea in the north to the Black Sea in the south, and from Volga River in the east to the Carpathian Mountains in the west. Kiev is often referred as the mother of all cities by Russians and Ukrainians and as a cradle of Slavonic civilization. Since then, Kiev has developed into an important center of East Europe, attracting foreigners, businesses, and investors to its economic and natural potential. Considering population, Kiev is among the 10 largest cities of Europe. Its historical past is related to the great political and cultural events in Europe and represented in many age-old architectural monuments. 2,148 objects of history and culture are located on the territory of Kiev. Among them are over 100 museums, 33 theaters and theater studios, 53 cultural buildings, 140 libraries, 20 concert organizations, and independent musical collectives that are working in the capital of Ukraine. You will have a task for your homework to write about some place that you like to visit, about some favorite town or city, and I think a lot of you will write about Kiev. But it's up to you. Of course, it's up to you. And our last task is let's do this grammar exercise. Don't forget about grammar because we need to revise it. So let's put the verbs into correct grammar form. Kiev, long time ago. There are active and passive voices. Both of them can be used. So Kiev, long time ago. I think we should use passive form here. Kiev was founded long time ago. That's right. Nobody when exactly it was built. Nobody when exactly it was. I have skipped the word built. Uh, nobody knows. Nobody knows when exactly it was built. Number 3, the city after the oldest brother Kiev. We have already seen this construction. To name after. The city was named after the oldest brother Kiev. In the 9th century, Kiev, the capital of the ancient Rus. We have exact date. We have a date, so we should use past simple. Kiev became the capital of the ancient Rus. Ancient Kiev Rus. Number 5. Since its foundation, Kiev into an important center of East Europe. З свого започаткування Київ уже розвинувся в важливий центр. Ми говоримо про результат на даний момент. So it's better to use perfect tense. Perfect, active or passive? I think passive is better. Or maybe active. Kiev. Oh, let's use active. Kiev has developed into an important center of East Europe. Okay, number 6. I go into Kiev. Of course, I like going to Kiev. I to Kiev many times. Up to now, на даний момент я уже була в Києві багато разів. I have been to Kiev many times. After the quarantine, I probably go to probably to Kiev again, sorry. I probably to Kiev again. Probably means можливо, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's better to use will future. After the quarantine, after the quarantine, I will probably go to Kiev again. I will probably go to Kiev again. Okay, and it's time to your home assignment now. So your home assignment is to read again exercise 2 on page 233 and learn the new words. I mean the text about Poltava, Odessa, Lviv, the text about beautiful cities of Ukraine. Then, do you remember there was an exercise after the text? You were asked to mark the sentences true or false, so you will do it at home. Exercise 2, page 233, true or false task. Also, answer the questions to this text. Exercise 4, page 236, answer the question. You should write down the answers to these 2 exercises into your copybooks. We'll check them later. And what you have to write and send me, write a short story about the town, city, village in Ukraine that you like. Maybe they are not that well known, maybe they are not that big, but you like them. So write me about these places, and what I would like to see, I would like to see an explanation why you like this place, why this place is so so important and so different from others. So please write me. Use Padlet. Use the Padlet that is on my blog. Do you remember how to work with Padlet? You press plus And you get a special gap to write your story in. Don't forget to write your name and surname. First, write your name and surname, maybe the title of your story, and then the story itself. Okay? So, see you next lesson. Stay at home and study English online. Bye bye. Bye, my dears. Bye bye.